Oh, this is still Burke's backyard. Well, the weather's easing. I come to think of it, no, it's not. By the way, normal rain on television, we often film in the rain. You don't see anything. This is very, very heavy. Ralph is still under there, sheltering from the rain. It's now time for a second celebrity garden tonight, also from South Australia, Amanda Vanstone. Of course, she's involved in the chase for Skase, and the house she lives in is a really interesting one. I suppose that it would have to have one of the most spectacular basements of any house in Australia. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, take
well, this is the place to be on a hot summer's night. Not a hot summer's day, you cook out here because of the heat comes off the slate. Yeah. But on a hot summer's night, dinner out here, looking over the hills, a bit of a breeze, it's pretty good. You couldn't be luckier.
It's a big place.
Yeah, it is big. We didn't want a place this big, but we've resigned ourselves.
That'll be the fun.
Evan, could you find out who that might be?
So it's a good watchdog anyway.
Now the Cliviers, this is where I need the advice.
Oh, they're right.
I need advice here.
Right.
This is very dark here, I know.
It's extremely dark.
I know it is. You don't think they're going to work here, do you?
They're right at their extreme shade end. If you were really keen about them, I would probably move them. What?
One of us has trodden in something. Is it you?
Oh, my God. I don't think...
It's me! Oh, no.
Well, there'll be a temporary halt to filming at this stage while we just check our feet. Did you do that? Was that one of yours? I mean, how is it for women in politics?
It's much better now, there's more. I mean, when I first went in, I was the only Liberal in South Australia. Now we have 5, Democrats have 2 and Labor have slipped back to 1. But altogether, there's a lot more. And it's not as though we sit around and have ladies' lunches or anything.
You know it's not a bad thing, Senator, to be blonde, otherwise you wouldn't have chosen to dye your hair that colour.
What sort of characteristics do females need to sort of make it?
Well, I think they need a bloke that's happy for them to do it, for starters. I mean, that's probably the feminist movement would go hysterical at that, saying, how can you possibly define a woman's success by her partner? But it does make a difference if you've got a bloke who's happy in his career and happy for his wife or partner to do the same. That does make a difference. I'm sure there are women who haven't got that.
Now, you two are both law graduates.
Yep.
Does that mean that's how you met or whatever?
No.
No.
I knew Amanda's older sister.
Oh, so you rejected the older sister?
Well, not really. No, I never went out with Amanda's older sister, but...
Same group of friends. Adelaide's like that.
And what area of law do you practice in, Tony?
Oh, general commercial area.
Right. And were you two ever tempted to practice together?
God, no.
No, that would never have worked. not for a moment. I was very glad when Amanda got out of law. She'd come home every night and talk about her cases, which bored me stupid.
Federal politics, if you don't conscientiously work at taking every opportunity you can to be home, then you'll be away a lot more than you need be, and I think in a damaging way.
Because you almost fit into the category of marriage by avoidance.
Oh yes, very much so. It works quite well though.
Don't they say absence makes the heart grow fonder or something? Like to look at the basement?
There is a basement?
Come down to my basement.
All right.
I have no etchings, but...
And the entrance looks like the full-on nuclear
well, perhaps I'll
survival.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll be safe. Right, let's find the light.
Oh, jeez. Well, this is huge. It's like another house down here.
Well, I think we've got more space than we have got junk to put in it.
I have never seen a house in my whole life with this much sort of storage space and all the rest of it.
And then there's the real cellar, what most South Australians regard as a cellar's real purpose.
My goodness.
Which is to store your grog.
This is another section. This is gigantic.
Yeah, it goes all the way down. Beautifully built shelves to store wine in. We like to support the wine industry. It's important for South Australians. Well, I can show you a feature of the house, but I need you as a volunteer. Perhaps you give me a wallet and I'll put it away carefully for you while we look at a few other things.
Trust me, I'm from the government and I'm
Trust
here to
me, I'm
help
from
you.
the government, and give me your wallet. Oh, at least it comes out a bit. You're using it a bit. That's a good thing. We'll just put it in here.
Joel, that's safe.
Safely, okay? Put it there, safely. We know to come back and there it is.
Fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
You trust me?
Well, can I just check? Oh.
Gee, I thought that's where it was. Never mind, we'll look for it later, hey?
Well, the chase for Skase, I suppose, is the most vivacious issue in Australian politics at the moment.
You could describe it as vivacious. It's the one that most people, or more people, are interested in. I can be sitting across an aisle on an airline and someone will lean over, tap my arm and say, I hope you get him.
And how determined are you to nail him?
Well, as determined as you can be. I'm not weak. I will keep at it.
And he is an elusive quarry.
It seems to be that way, that whenever Mr Skase is cornered, the wheelchair comes out, the oxygen mask goes on, or he whizzes into hospital for something. Who knows? He's in a position where if the Spanish are successful in removing him, he has to find a place in the longer term, maybe not in the first 2 or 3 weeks, but he has to find somewhere he's happy to live, that Pixie and the sons are happy to live, that's happy to have him for the rest of his life, and that we don't have an extradition relationship with. The choices there aren't that flash.
I think the dirty tricks and the absolute gross corruption of the Australian bureaucracies is going to come to a head over this issue. Enough is enough.
Sorry to interrupt, but if I pull it open again, maybe it'll be here.
Oh, well, no mind, we'll look again later.
Because I know those magicians one, when they do that, it comes back, doesn't it? Come back there.
It can.
One of the things that often sticks in my craw is that when you get a woman in politics particularly who's assertive or whatever, they invent the names, the iron butterfly, the, you know, whatever it is. I know in relation to you there's at least 2. Rottweiler was one, I think, and the Unabomber was another.
Yeah, I think it is unfortunate, and it can be hard. And so what you have to do is get your mindset around why people are doing that. Maybe out of ignorance, but why they're doing it is they want to derail you from your objective. And once you come to understand that that's the game plan, then it's easier to just reject it as being, you know, like a rock being thrown to distract you from your path. Are you stressed about it? Do you want it back? Okay. Yes, this is for rubbish, you see. Now, your wallet is obviously not rubbish.
No. Well,
you can have it
not
back.
to me. And thank you. Welcome home. Obviously, this was, for the 60s, was way, way ahead of its time, this house.
Yeah, Henry Wilkins is the bloke who had built it. There's a lot of interesting things in this house. There's a little window that looks through into the sort of dining room, living room. The projector cupboard was immediately under this little window. You just wouldn't have to lift it very far, just out of the cupboard and on top. In the laundry, there's little metal racks that come out, so when you iron the shirts, you want to hang them up, they're not all crashing against each other.
Let's just say, one day, she comes home and says, well, we've had a heated argument and they want me to be PM.
I don't think they're ever going to say that.
No, I think that is pretty unlikely.
That's very unlikely.
But you know what I mean, I'm looking at the impact on, you know, what does it mean if she keeps...
I don't think I'd be prepared to go along with it. There is a limit.
I mean, it is a strange career, I suppose.
Well, it's different. It changes your life quite dramatically. And once you've learnt to accommodate that, it's quite easy to do so. But if you go into it with your eyes open and keep a sense of humour, that's probably true in a lot of jobs, but you keep a sense of humour, you'll keep sane.
Politics is a blood sport, and you're in Bevan, British Labour politician.